Hello, hello, good evening, good evening. I'm just going to give a few minutes and go ahead and get started. Hello, sis, Valerie, woman of God. Hello, hello. All right, guys, just going to give it a few minutes. I'm not going to hold on long because I have a lot of information that I'm going to give out. And hopefully those that cannot come on live can catch the replay. To me, it's all about getting the information out, empowering individuals so that it can be a blessing to somebody. So if you would, guys, like the video, share the video. Hey, hello, share the video. Again, if you know somebody that this can be beneficial to, share it. Everybody that shares the video, I'm going to go back and look. I am doing a drawing for a free gift. So yes, the gift is going to be health related, but it's going to be a blessing to you and a blessing to your life. So go ahead and share the video, tag somebody's name in the comments. I'm just going to give it just a few more minutes and go ahead and get on. Hope you guys are staying warm. I know we here in Raleigh are getting some snow, some real snow. I ain't seen no snow like this in a long time, so I'm very, very excited about it. Again, I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Hope you guys got a pen and a paper because I'm going to give out some information. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, but I just want it to be a blessing to you guys. Come on, join in. Again, as I was saying, share the video, share it. I am doing a drawing for everybody that shares the video. I'm going to do a drawing and I'll be giving out a free gift. I will be mailing it to your home and it's a health related gift. It's something that'll be a blessing to your life because we are talking tonight on Heart Disease Awareness Month, the month of February. So, I'm going to give it another minute and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Got my tea, got my water. Don't want to keep you on long, but I do have a lot of information that I want to give out. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. So just let me introduce myself. If you're watching it live or if you're going to catch the replay, my name is Crystal. I am the founder and CEO of Fit4thekingdom LLC. And we just believe in that health goes beyond just the physical. It's about root cause. It's about educating. And that's what I'm doing tonight. I want to educate you. I want to help you guys. It's about nutrition. It's about fitness. It's about exercise. It's about just stress management, everything to help the total woman, the total man, mind, body, and soul, that you are at your optimal well-being. And so I'm coming tonight from a place of passion. I'm going to be reading a lot, coming tonight from a place of passion, because I just want to educate you guys. I mean, it's some great information that I'm going to be giving out. This is factual information, statistical information, researched information, and not based upon opinion. So, but if I do give you my opinion, I will let you know, right? All right. So again, I'm going to be reading. Hope you got your pens. Hope you got your pads. Catch the replay. Save it, do what you got to do. But I just want you to be empowered. I want you to be educated. So February is Heart Disease Awareness Month, also known as American Heart Month. This month is dedicated to raising awareness about cardiovascular health and encouraging others to understand how to prevent, how to treat, and how to just really comprehend heart disease and what it is and how you can help yourselves as individuals or a loved one that may be dealing with this or maybe trying to better their health. So if you would, in honor of Heart Disease Awareness Month, can y'all drop some hearts in the chat? Drop some hearts. Put them in there, share it with a heart, drop some hearts in there. We're going to go ahead and get started. I may ask some questions too. So if you want to answer them, go ahead and throw them in there. But again, as I said, if you share this video, your name will be entered into a drawing. So I want to educate you guys for the significance of fitness, nutrition, and stress management as it pertains to heart disease. All right. So fitness, nutrition, and stress management as it pertains to heart disease. As I told you guys, I'm the founder and CEO of Fit4thekingdom LLC. I am a certified personal trainer, fitness instructor, also a fitness nutrition specialist, and I'm also getting my certification in mindfulness and mental health and well-being as well. So all of this plays a role, the education and the knowledge that I have in helping you guys tonight on heart disease. And again, hey, Miss Lakita, how you doing? Again, drop them hearts in the comments for Heart Disease Awareness Month. Share this video with the heart, and your name will be entered into a drawing. So we talked about the fitness, the nutrition, the stress management. So first, before we get started, I want to hit you guys with some statistics. And I know everybody was like, oh, statistics, you know, I'm not going to be a statistic. And I understand. I'm not going to be either. But we have to know what we're up against, right? We got to know the facts so that we don't become that statistic. And we got to take that knowledge and put it to work. Faith without works is dead. So heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. Think about it, y'all. Everything that we can leave this glorious earth from, heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the United States. Now, for all of you on this line, I want to hit y'all with something. Ladies, heart disease is the #1 cause of death for women in the United States. So not only, hey, we living in the United States, but we're women, right? And that's the #1 cause of death for women. Now I'm going to go even one further. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death for Black women in the United States. 1 in 5, more than 1 in 5 female deaths annually, it comes to heart disease. All right. Next up, Black men have a 70% higher risk of heart failure compared to white men. Next up is the Black and brown community. Hispanics and Latinos are more likely to develop heart disease. Now, getting back to us, you know, African American, us Black men and women, do you know that over 60% of African Americans have heart disease? 60%. That's more than half. Okay, so already it's #1 in the United States. For the ladies here, it's #1 for the ladies. So over 60% of African Americans in the United States have heart disease, right? And then after that, believe it or not, are Asian immigrants. People that have come on, hey, Apostle, how you doing, Apostle Pace? I'm sorry, guys. I hadn't seen it in a while. I had to jump on and say that. So not only that, Asian immigrants. So think about it. Asians that have come over and now are part of the United States, they are at risk. And so it makes you wonder why. You know, it makes you wonder, why is this? Why is this? And again, you guys, share this video with somebody, put some hearts in the comment. I'm going to do a drawing, share this video because this is imperative information. So it makes me wonder why, you know, why? Does anybody know why that may be? You got to think about it. A lot of risks are tied to the Western diet, the things that we are eating. Our diet here in America and United States is so different than diets all over the world. The fast foods, the restaurants, there are things banned in other countries that cannot be eaten, cannot be consumed, that we here at the United States are able to eat, right? It's that Western diet, the things that we eat, the lifestyle, the sedentary lifestyle, the lack of exercise, this technology. We're here and we're on these technology on our phones and all these things, and we're not going out and we're not getting the proper exercise and nutrition that we need. So the question is, how do we combat this? How do we beat this? Well, the Bible says that we perish because of lack of knowledge. So again, that is why I'm here today, just to help you guys, to give you some knowledge. We need to fully educate ourselves on ways to overcome these statistics. So let's talk about combating, right? We talked about exercise, stress management, and nutrition, the 3 ways I'm going to come at you and give you some information on. So first, we're going to talk about physical activity. Now, I told you guys, I'm going to give you a lot of information. So get your pens, get your paper out, and write this information down. Some of you may know a lot of it, but I guarantee you some things that you did not know. So here we go. The American Heart Association and the American Council on Exercise, that is where I got my certification through, recommends that we get 150 minutes of heart pumping exercise activity every week. That's the minimum. 150 minutes. So I know some of y'all like, well, 150 minutes, I got this, I got that, I got to work, I got church, I got to do this. I don't have time for 150 minutes. That seems like a lot, right? Check this. There are 10,080 minutes in a week. 10,080 minutes in a week. And all we are required to do is 150 of those 10,080 minutes a week of physical activity. So when you put it like that, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. 10,080 minutes, all we're required to do is at 150. And that's the minimum of mild to moderate exercise. Now, of course, more is better. Now, I want you guys to seriously think about it. Seriously think about it. Are you getting 150 minutes of heart pumping, mild to moderate exercise a week? Be truthful. So if not, guess what? Don't feel bad. You are not alone. Do you know that 1 in 5, I'm going to hit you with some facts and statistics. Do you know 1 in 5 of adults and teens are not getting enough exercise to maintain good health? That's 20%. Even teens are not getting enough exercise, right? So let's go a little more in depth. All right. So they said 150 minutes per week of mild to moderate exercise. So if you're doing vigorous exercise, and we'll talk about the difference between mild to moderate and vigorous because that's important, you're only required to do 75 minutes a week. All right, ask yourself, are you doing at least 75 minutes a week of vigorous exercise? Doesn't have to be all at once. It can be broken up. Are you getting that in? These amounts are the minimum recommended amounts from the American Heart Association that we get to maintain heart health, right? All right. So those things. So we're going to break it down a little bit and explain. And not only just, cardio, added weights and resistance training 2 days a week are beneficial as well. Spending less time sitting, even if you're doing housework, even if you're doing, folding laundry, try to stand up when you're folding laundry. Even if you're working, try to get up and move around. Do something to make sure that you are sitting less. Any activity offsets the risk of being sedentary. All right. Again, of course, the more, the better. Not only are we adults recommended, kids are recommended as well. Kids can deal with obesity. Kids can deal with heart disease. And especially in these modern times where it's not really safe for your kids to go outside anymore and play. You just can't let them run free like we used to run free. We got these tablets. We got these things going on. I don't know if they still have PE in school. I know they're cutting, programs and things. Hopefully they still have them, but kids are recommended as well. So children 3 to 5 should be getting physical activity as much as they can throughout the day. Children 6 to 17 should at least be getting 60 minutes a day. So children should at least be getting 60 minutes a day. Is your child or teenager getting 60 minutes a day of, mild to moderate exercise? Train them up. We got to train these kids up. We got to get these kids off these tablets. We got to get them up. We got to get them moving. We got to get them cleaning up the house. Even cleaning house is exercise. These are examples of exercise. Just a little bit, it means a lot. So physical activity is anything that your body moves and burn calories. This includes like walking, climbing the steps, stretching. All of this is considered physical activity. Aerobic or cardio, it gets your heart rate going. It gets your heart rate up. It benefits your heart and it improves your cardiovascular system. Think about a muscle. You lifting weights and you working a muscle. A muscle gets bigger, a muscle gets stronger. Think about the more and more you work that heart, it's like a muscle. It gets stronger, right? And it has to work less. And the more stronger it gets, the more less it has to work. It slows down that heart rate because the slower the heart rate is, the better. It doesn't have to pump and work so hard. It slows down that heart rate. It gets that blood to flowing and it lowers that blood pressure. So the more you work that heart, that muscle, the better your heart health will be, right? So we have to make sure that we are reaching these things. So we're going to talk a little bit about the intensity. So remember, I told you guys I'm going to give you some facts. So you're like, okay, mild to moderate. All right. You're talking about vigorous. Now you can be doing something, but are you really hitting that intensity? So there's a way to calculate this. You have to calculate your intensity to know. Some of you may be a little bit more technical than others, right? And you want to, know in detail. Some of you like, hey, I just want to make sure I'm hitting what I'm hitting. So there are 3 ways to calculate your intensity. 1 is the talk test. 2 is strictly the activity that you're doing. And 3 is targeting your heart rate. All right. So again, that is the talk test. That is the activity that you're doing. And the third one is that you're meeting your target heart rate. The last one's a little bit more complex, but I'm going to give you the calculation. So basically, if you're walking with a friend and y'all, going walking, y'all getting y'all walk on and y'all talking to each other and y'all able to like talk freely, no problems, you're not out of breath, then that's probably mild. Right? That's mild to moderate. You're walking, you're good. You're getting that activity going, but you're able to hold a full conversation with no problem. Then that's probably, mild. Activities such as brisk walking, at least 2.5 miles an hour, water aerobics, dancing, gardening, or like riding a bike slower than 10 miles per hour. That is considered mild to moderate exercise. All right. So you're probably wondering, then, well, what is vigorous? All right. So before we get into vigorous, all these things that I named, the minimum again is 150 minutes per week to meet the qualifications to make sure that we're maintaining heart health. So for vigorous, you need to push your body a little bit harder. You need to it's going to require a little bit more effort. So the talk test, if you're working out or you're doing an exercise and you're talking and you out of breath and you got to catch yourself and you can't hardly hold a full conversation, talk test. You're doing vigorous. That's considered vigorous. That's considered only 75 minutes per week minimum. All right. Vigorous exercise means hiking up a hill, right? Running, not water aerobics, but swimming, not just dancing or cardio, but vigorous aerobic dancing. All right. Not just gardening, but heavy hard work where you're digging, where you're hoeing, cycling more than 10 miles an hour, riding a bike more than 10 miles an hour, or jumping rope, right? So those are the 2 things, the talk test and the activity. Now, this is where it gets a little technical, knowing your target heart rate. And really, this is important, right? So if you ever notice you're at the gym and you're on the elliptical or you're on a treadmill, you hold on and it gives you the heart rate. You're like, why? Yeah, we want to know our heart rate, but really there's a meaning for that. You got your Apple Watch on, you're checking your heart rate. Really, it's a meaning for that. So in order to hit the mild to moderate intensity or in order to hit the vigorous, you got to make sure you're hitting a target heart rate. So get your pen and your papers out, get out your calculators, because I'm going to tell you how to do that, right? All right. So this is the real deal right here. In order to know your target heart rate, you got to first know your maximum heart rate. I'm going to say that again. In order to know your target heart rate, you have to first know your maximum heart rate. And you're probably like, well, what is a maximum heart rate? Your maximum heart rate is the maximum beat per minute that your heart should be pumping when you're working out before you need to slow down and back up and say, oh, I need to bring this down because you are at risk of going into like cardiovascular, cardio arrest. Like, yeah, we want to work out, but you want to make sure that your heart rate doesn't get too high. So this is the calculation. However old you are, you subtract that from 220. Whatever your age is, minus 220, that's your maximum heart rate. I'm going to let y'all, you don't have to put it in the comments. You can put a heart if you got it. Remember, again, share this video, tag somebody. I'm doing a drawing, but okay, do that. All right. So I'll give you an example. Let's take a 40-year-old woman. A 40-year-old woman wants to know her maximum heart rate. It's 220 minus 40. So her maximum heart rate is what? 180. So that means if she's working out and she get up to like 180, bring it down. You doing too much. You need to bring that heart rate down. Her maximum heart rate is 180. 50-year-old man, maximum heart rate, what is it? 170. 60-year-old woman, maximum heart rate, 160. You got it. Whatever your age is, subtract that from 220. And now you know that that's your maximum heart rate. All right. So now from the maximum heart rate, we can figure out the target heart rate. All right. So the target heart rate is, so you got your maximum heart rate. Whatever 50% is, half of your maximum heart rate is what your target heart rate is for mild to moderate exercise. Whatever 75% of your maximum heart rate, that is the heart rate for vigorous exercise. So I'll give you an example again. A 40-year-old woman, what is her maximum heart rate? 180 beats per minute, because we took 40 from 220. All right. In order for her to be doing mild to moderate exercise, she has to make sure that her beats per minute is 50% of that. 50% of 180 is 90. So as long as her heart rate goes over 90 beats per minute, she is now in the mild to moderate zone. All right. But she wants to get vigorous. She wants to do just 75 minutes a week. She ain't got time for that 150, but she got to make sure that her heart rate is pumping more than that. So 75% of her maximum heart rate is 135. 75% of that 180 is 135. So in order for her to be considered doing vigorous exercise, her beats per minute must hit 135. All right, y'all got it? Listen, if you didn't, you can go back and you can watch the video again. If you didn't, you can inbox me and I'll explain it. But that's technically how you know that you know that you know that you're getting in mild to moderate exercise, or that you're getting in vigorous exercise. Find your maximum heart rate, 220 minus your age. 50% of that is what your target heart rate needs to be for mild to moderate exercise. 75% of that is what you need to have for vigorous exercise. As long as your heart rate hits those amounts, you are required to do 150 minutes per week of mild to moderate activity, 75 minutes per week of vigorous. All right. Woo. All right. Y'all got it. So if you ever own a machine and you're holding on, or you're looking at your Apple Watch, now you know what that means. And those are the 3 ways to calculate whether you are doing mild to moderate exercise or vigorous. Now, here is a disclaimer, right? If you have a chronic condition or a disability, it is not always wise that you do vigorous exercise. So as I always say, always consult your healthcare provider on what types of physical activities you should be doing and what is right for you before you make any type of lifestyle or dietary changes. Yes, this is foundational information that I'm giving, but everybody is different, and you want to make sure that you always talk to your doctor. But simply sitting less and moving more is what is going to help you. And there are greater benefits when you mix a little vigorous and a little mild to moderate together to reach your goals and to have a healthier heart. Again, always more is better. But look, just start walking. Walking is free. Walking doesn't require a gym membership. Walking doesn't require you to go out and get anything. Walking is free. Walking is available to you, even if you got to walk through your house. Little becomes much. All right. And again, you don't want to sit all the time. Move around. There is a such thing called sitter's disease. There is a such thing called sitter's disease. If you guys have time, my website is www.fit4thekingdom LLC.com. I do blogs, and I do have a blog on something called sitter's disease. Sitter's disease is like just sitting all the time. It's linked to cancer. It's linked to premature death. It's linked to cardiovascular disease. So you just want to make sure that you are getting up and that you are moving more. All right. So those are the physical fitness, the exercise, the things that will help you to have a healthier heart. Those are the minimum requirements from the American Council on Exercise and the American Heart Society. So if you got it, before we go any further, drop some hearts, drop some hearts, drop some hearts. You know where you are. You know what you're doing. You know what you're not doing. Don't beat yourself up. I always say progress, not perfection. Just do a little bit more than you did yesterday. Start somewhere, build yourself up and get there. If you didn't know, now you know. Knowledge is power, and that's what I'm here, right, to provide you guys that information. So now we talked about the physical activity. Let's talk a little bit more about the nutrition, right? There's a saying, you are what you eat, and that's real. You are what you eat. So we're going to talk a little bit about the food. Food is medicine. And now more, as we're learning more, as people are practicing things more holistic and functional medicine, y'all, food really is medicine. Remember, I was telling you all that United States is the #1 leading cause of heart disease, but other countries are not dealing with that because the herbs they take, the food they take, the things that they consume. So food does have a lot to do with your heart health and health, period. So we're going to talk a little bit about the food. And again, as I stated, take some notes. I'm reading because I wrote some things down. What you eat can influence your heart health. It can influence your blood pressure. It can influence inflammation. And see, guys, inflammation is really important because if you have inflammation in your body, that causes heart disease. Inflammation causes cancer. Inflammation causes autoimmune disease. Inflammation is a root cause. Remember, I talked about we like to get to the root cause of things around here. It is a root cause for that. And yeah, they got ibuprofen out there. Yeah, they got Aleve out there, which are anti-inflammatories. But you know, the more and more you take medicine, you are, especially that type of medicine, you messing with the lining of your stomach. I told you I like to go deep. And when you mess with the lining of your stomach, that causes leaky gut. And see, our gut is like our second brain, right? A lot of illnesses, sicknesses, and things that we have now is because of poor gut health. That's why it's important. And I don't want to get all good. That's a whole nother story, but that's why it's important to take care of your gut health. Take care of what you're consuming. Don't consume too many anti-inflammatory medicines and take probiotics and things. But let me get back. So inflammation, what you eat, it deals with your cholesterol level, your triglycerides. What you eat is very important. It can lead to obesity. Obesity is a factor. Weight is a factor. Now I'm going to hit y'all with something. I don't know if you knew this. Your hip to waist ratio is a factor. What do you mean? You can be a petite size. You can be a petite size. You're not really overweight, but you carry a lot of weight in your stomach. That causes you to be at higher risk of heart disease. You're a decent weight now. You're a decent weight, but you carry so much weight on your stomach. Your waist to hip ratio plays a role in your risk for heart disease. And there's a calculation there, but we'll be here all night. So I'm going to go on. I'm not going to give you every little bit, but waist to hip ratio, that plays a part. That plays a part. So you want to make sure that you are maintaining a healthy weight by keeping calories from food balance, calories burn again, exercise, and that you're eating the right food. Now, here's a good part. I want to give y'all a list of food, right? I'm going to break these list of foods down and give you some healthy tips on some heart healthy foods. All right. So, of course, we know you want to consume a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, but not just any fruits and vegetables, guys. Green leafy vegetables are best. And I'm not going to tell you something and don't tell you why. So, fact, leafy greens such as kale, such as spinach, such as greens without all the pork and fat back added, they are power packed with vitamins, with minerals, with antioxidants, and these antioxidants, they help lower your blood pressure. These antioxidants fight against these free radicals that's trying to consume and take over your cell. Cause see, it all starts at the cell. It all starts at the cellular level, right? These things that are trying to throw your cellular system off whack, these antioxidants fight against that. And all of that is inside these leafy vegetables that helps minimize what? Inflammation, that root cause, that inflammation that causes this high blood pressure, that causes this, these sicknesses. So that's what these leafy vegetables help. Leafy green vegetables are rich in nitrates, which helps even relax and widen the blood vessels. So guess what? If these blood vessels are relaxed and widened, what does that do? Let that blood flow better, and that blood is flowing better. And that blood, you're thinking blood pressure, but it's greater than that. The blood is getting oxygen to the brain. The blood is getting nutrients to the right body parts because it's relaxed and it's able to do its thing. You don't want to constrict it. So that's why I say I'm trying to take y'all deep. I try to take y'all into the root cause. I try to let y'all see beyond eat your vegetables. You probably, why do you want me to eat my vegetables? Why do you want me to eat greens? Well, you know, knowledge, that's why. It is shown, it is proven that eating these green leafy vegetables can reduce heart disease up to 25%. That's a lot. So aim to get that in. And not only that, the more colorful your plate, the better. So if you got red peppers, banana peppers, carrots, the more colorful your plate, the better. So those leafy greens, colorful plates is better. When it comes to fruits are good. Great. And everybody always wonder, well, what about the sugar in fruits? It's a healthy fruit. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it, but fruits is good. But I'm going to tell y'all which fruits are best. So fruits such as berries, apples, oranges, bananas, papayas, avocados, berries, strawberries, and blueberries are excellent for heart health. Again, packed with those antioxidants that I told you guys, fight against those free radicals, fight against inflammation, fight against stress, and those things that contribute to heart disease. Now, studies show that blueberries, now we love our fruits and vegetables, all of them are good, but those blueberries significantly decreases the risk of cardiovascular disease. So we talked about all fruits are good, y'all. All vegetables are good, but these are some that stand out. The berries, the apples, the oranges, the bananas, the papayas, the mangoes, the avocados, the berries, raspberries, strawberries, but blueberries, those are those number one. You can get them fresh and organic. I've said before, it really doesn't matter whether it's organic. It really doesn't matter whether it's fresh. It really doesn't matter if it's frozen. It really doesn't matter if it's in a can from a nutritional standpoint. Now, organic is more if you're looking for how it's grown, more natural, less pesticides and pesticides. We know that can lead to some things. So from that standpoint, frozen, that's good. Canned, you just have to watch the sodium and watch the added sugar. Really, it's all about your budget. Some people can't go to the farmer's market. Some people can't get organic. If you get something frozen, anything is better than nothing. Progress, not perfection. Remember, I told you guys that if you got to get a can, until you can get something else, just make sure you look at the sodium, make sure you look at the sugars. But remember, those blueberries, it can significantly reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. Next, when it comes to grains, you want to make sure you choose whole grains and not refined grains. So bread, white bread is linked to cardio disease. It is. We're all guilty of it. Sometimes we want that white bread because it tastes good, but white bread it is. You want to make sure that it is whole grains and not refined grains. And sometimes you got to be careful. You have to read the label. Sometimes it'll say wheat bread. It'll say that. Okay. Flip over the back and read the ingredients. The first ingredient on the package is what that item contains the most of. That's in anything. Label, read the labels. The first ingredient on any package is what that item contains the most of. So it'll say wheat bread, and if you turn it over, it's going to say refined, some, then it's not technically wheat bread. But if you flip it over and it says wheat bread or wheat, then that means that it's really wheat. If you're looking at some pasta, and you want whole wheat pasta, make sure you read the back because labels will say what they want to say, but those ingredients can't lie because they got to put it on there. Whole grains are a rich source of fiber. Fiber helps you to maintain your cholesterol level. Fiber helps you, enrich flour. There you go, bleach flour. Come on, Lakita. That's my other personal trainer friend. We push each other. She's a personal trainer, massage therapist, love her to death. We talk, girl, go ahead. We in this together, teamwork, because we want to help people. That's what it's about. We want to help people, right? All right, so you want to make sure that you are getting those fibers to maintain healthy cholesterol levels, reducing risk of heart disease. Studies show, I told you I'm going to hit y'all with the studies. that replacing refined grains with whole grains can lower your risk of coronary heart disease, right? All right. Again, if you just join in, come on, share that video. Everybody that shares it, I will put your name in a drawing, get your address if you win, and send you a free gift. It is going to be a health related gift, but it's going to be free and you're going to like it. Put some hearts in there, for Heart Disease Awareness Month. Share this video with a loved one because we're giving out a lot of information here. All right, we still on nutrition. Let's talk about the oils. What you cooking with? Y'all? We got to make sure that we're using plant-based oils, olive oil, avocado oil, instead of tropical oils, palm oils, shortenings, vegetable oils. Now, even though I said plant oil, not vegetable oil, something like olive oil, avocado oil. So I keep olive oil here, virgin olive oil. I didn't always, but I didn't know. You know, again, once you know, you know. Make sure you are using plant-based oils. All right, when it comes to your proteins, you want to eat proteins from a healthy source of protein. Plant protein. The only thing about plant protein, it's a very healthy source, but they sometimes don't contain all of the amino acids you need. So, but plant protein, tofu, salmon, seafood, or lean meats. If you do eat beef or pork, if you do, make sure it's grass-fed. For other types of meats, opt for lean meats. Avoid processed meats, bologna, polar sausage, bacon, and y'all, it's so good. I ain't gonna lie to you in front of you and say that it's not. I love me a good turkey polar sausage, right? I love me some good turkey bacon, but it's not good. That not only leads to cancer, heart disease, that can lead to cancer too. But you want to make sure that you avoid that as much as possible. Avoid processed meats as much as possible. It contains high sodium, and we're gonna get on the sodium too. I told you, I got a lot of information from you, and I don't want to keep you on long. But lean meats, including 95% lean ground beef, pork, tenderloin, or skinless chicken or turkey. So I'll say that again. The fishes, the salmon, and I'm going to tell you all, salmon is great. Salmon has the omega-3 fatty acids, and that there is one of the number one things to combat inflammation. When we talk about root cause, I'm probably like, why she always on inflammation? But I'm telling y'all, inflammation is the root cause of a lot of these things. And it is said that if you can eat about 3 servings of fish a week, that's great. Not fish dipped in cornmeal, fried on the stove. You know, it's good with some hot sauce. No, we're talking about like some salmon, some grilled salmon and things of that sort. Tuna, sardines, oysters, things of that sort. All right. So make sure that you avoid the process and that you look for skinless chicken or turkey or things of that sort. So beans. Beans are very good. Beans are heart healthy. I'm not going to say the song. I don't know if some of y'all remember when we was kids, they say beans, they're good for your heart. The more you eat them, the more you already know. But I don't know. I'm from the Midwest. We used to sing that song, but beans are good for your heart. Can you use the supplement for omega-3? Yes, ma'am, you can, because I do. I take omega-3 and fish oil. And don't mean to stir off. I'm going to come back to that, but I want to answer that. Especially as women. As we are getting older, our good cholesterol drops. So people may say, oh, my bad cholesterol is high. And of course, you don't want to have bad cholesterol. But you do want to make sure that you've got high, good cholesterol because it drops. And the older we get, the more it drops. And that leads to osteoporosis. That leads to bone disease, different things of that sort. You know, just being transparent. I eat very healthy, but my cholesterol is low. Even my bad cholesterol is low. I think I was telling somebody that, like, I was like, what in the world? Like, and I'm not talking about low, like, oh, that's good. You have great cholesterol. It's like, oh, like weirdly low. Is was something wrong? Like seriously. So like my bad cholesterol is extremely low and my good cholesterol. So I do, in answer to Lakita, yes, I love salmon. I eat fish. It's kind of smelly, so I try to cook it when it's just me. I love me some good salmon. I eat oysters, low sodium oysters in the can. I do sardines. I do all that. And I take the supplements, because you got to make sure you can get it in. They also have it where you can eat it with a spoon, like a liquid. It's a little hard to stomach. But they have them in the pill. And then also on Amazon, you can get vegetable capsules and make your own pill and pour the oil in the pill and make your own if that's something that you want to do. But yes, ma'am, surely you can take those. I do. I eat it and I take it in. And we'll talk a little bit about supplements. I don't have that here. We'll talk a little bit about them, but I take a unhealthy amount of supplements. If I could tell y'all how many supplements I take, y'all think I was nuts. So, but again, I'm all about trying to live right, trying to do right. So beans are very good. They're high in fiber, high in protein, high in those antioxidants again, right? You notice that I'm talking about these antioxidants. You notice I'm talking about these nitrates, not just vegetables, vegetables and all those things. It's other things that these foods help build a healthy heart, right? It's deeper than just the vitamins. It's deeper than that. Those are good things, but it's deeper than that. All right. So some examples of good beans are soybeans, lentils, chickpeas, in which I love, split peas. They promote healthy heart, reducing cholesterol. So if you do deal with cholesterol issues, beans are very good at that. Also, we cook beans often. Lasagna, I do too. I make a good 15 bean soup, but that's a whole nother issue. We had some yesterday. How you doing? 15 bean soup is very good, guys. All right. And so, it also lowers cardiovascular disease. All right. Another one, because I told you I'm going through the food list. We went through the physical activity. If you missed it, guys, go back and read it. Listen to it. Now we're talking nutrition, and we're going to end it with some stress management. So nuts are good. Nuts are a good snack. Nuts are good. Nuts has polyunsaturated fats. So you want to make sure you're getting those fats, those omega-3s, all that, but you want to make sure it's a good fat. They're high in fiber. You want to make sure that you get that fiber, and they're high in protein. All right. Studies have found that higher nut intake, I'm going to always hit you with the studies with things that have been proven. Studies have found that higher nut intake can lead to lower risk of cardiovascular disease, coronary heart disease, and stroke. When we get off here, if you guys go look, I posted a bag of some nuts. This bag was huge. It had walnuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, all types of stuff. And I got it from 5 and Below. I don't know if 5 Below is everywhere, for everyone that's looking at this. Very huge bag. And I was just like, if I'm out and about, I'll start carrying it with me, and I got hungry. I just popped a handful. And I've had this bag about almost a week and still got some in there. It's very good. And you may look at the calories and you may say, that's quite a bit of calories, but sometimes it offsets. You don't want to eat empty calories. If you're going to be eating some high in calories, make sure it's high in nutrients, high in vitamins and things of that sort. So as long as you're getting calories that are worth taking in, it's good. All right. And so again, we talked about those nuts. We talked about the salmon, the mackerel, the sardines, and what they're high in, the omega-3s, and how they help with inflammation, and how it is good to get in those of amounts per week. Now I want to go even deeper. Those omega-3s we was talking about, the salmons, the supplements. It doesn't just lower the effect of cardiovascular disease, y'all. It lowers the effects of strokes. It lowers the effects of heart attacks. It lowers the effects of coronary heart disease, cardiovascular disease, blood vessel disease. So again, those omega-3s, those fish oils, those cod liver oils, those things are excellent for everyone. But especially the women, I was telling you, as we get older and our hormones change, our good blood pressure begins to drop, and that can cause heart issues in itself. That can cause bones issues. Cashews. Yes, ma'am. Cashews are good. All types of nuts. Cashews are good. Cashews. Almonds is very good. I keep a bag of almonds too. Walnuts. Walnuts are very good. I mean, even peanuts. I mean, peanut may, the honey roasted peanuts, it's a little, we got to watch that. But I mean, even peanuts, they have unsalted and unsweet peanuts and things as well. Minimize added sugars and salt. Sugars are a whammy. Whammy, 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 whammy. Sugars are a whammy. And I know we're talking about heart disease, but even, in this day and age with the toxins and the environmental factors and the things that are all around us, cancer feeds off sugar. It really does. So sugars is bad. Sugars, can mess with your blood sugar, diabetes, which affects your heart. So you got to watch the added sugars and salt. There are sugar substitutes in which for the longest I was using Splenda. Because I thought that, NutraSweet and all those things were bad, but, I found out Splenda wasn't that good either. So I have switched to a plant-based, sweetener, stevia. Don't give me to make it up. It's a plant-based. I have to go look. I'll maybe show you guys a picture of what it is, but it's plant-based. And that way, because I don't do well with sugar. We all got our issues. We all got our things that we're going through. We all have our triggers. We all know what we need to cut back on. And me personally, sugar's a no-no for me. And some things that I do with sugar cause inflammation and things as well. All right. And we talked about that salt, of course, limiting your alcohol. I don't drink at all. Some people do. Limit your alcohol, and also the smoking and no smoking as far as for your heart, minimizing the processed food and things of that sort. Now, as far as the sodium plays a major, major, major role. That's salt in heart disease, in blood pressure, and sodium is in almost everything. Do you know that we are recommended to have less than 1 teaspoon of salt a day? I wish I had a teaspoon, not the tablespoon, not the big one, the teaspoon. So all my cookers out there, because I cook, think about you just season it, in the meal. And we are recommended to have less than 2,300 grams, which is less than 1 teaspoon. Anything over that is putting us at risk of heart disease, of obtaining water and things of that sort. So you can, and I'm gonna give you a website, you can find other ways to try to replace the sodium. I'm gonna be honest, they're still working on me with that salt because I need some seasoned food. But we have to work on that, find ways to kind of replace the seasoning salt. There's ways around there. I believe Miss Dash has something like a salt replacement or things of that sort, different garlic powder, onion powder, different seasonings and things of that sort to help. Dairy. When you're taking dairy, you have to make sure you're doing non-fat or low-fat dairy. Dairy can play a major risk in heart disease as well. I was saying before, if you got to eat cheese, because cheese can affect your cholesterol, eggs can affect your cholesterol. If you got to eat cheese, the lighter the cheese, the better. The lighter the cheese, the healthier it is for you. The lighter the cheese, the less fat, the less heart effect it will have. So like your mozzarella cheeses, your Swiss cheeses is better than cheddar, right? So the lighter the cheese, the better. As far as milk, I think I had posted something about this one time. You have your whole milk, your 1% milk, your 2% milk, your skim milk. Of course, your whole milk is worse. If you can do skim milk is the best milk unless you're getting an almond milk or a coconut milk, which those are awesome, y'all. They're dairy free and, they're great. But hey, if you want to do the milk, skim milk is best. I told a story how I kind of tricked Stevie. I kind of played a little trick on my daughter. So she drinks a lot of milk. So one day I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cut back. I'm like, I know she's a kid, but I got to kind of back up on just let her drink this milk. So I gave her some skim milk. And she could tell the difference. She said, Mama, this milk don't taste right. So I didn't say anything. I took the milk back. And so I gave her the whole milk. So I said, well, this is what I'm going to do. I gave her the whole milk for like a week. Then I dropped it down to like the 2%. And then I dropped it down to like the 1%. Then I kept on gradually dropping it down to the skim milk until when she got the skim milk, she couldn't even tell the difference. So that's something that you could do for yourself just because it is such a drastic difference in the taste. Maybe work your way down, but skim milk is the best. All right. So we're going to end the nutrition factor, but I want to hit y'all with a couple of things. We hear about those fad diets. We hear about the keto diets and this diet and that diet, which, hey, to each his own. You want to do that. You need your carbs. It's okay. But there are two proven to scientific proven, to the government, the FDA, the American Council on Science, the American Heart Association. They stand behind this, as the young folks say, 10 toes down. They stand behind these two diets. And I always talk about this diet. And when I had my daughter, I suffered with very high blood pressure and I tried it. It's called the DASH diet. The DASH diet is the dietary approach to stop hypertension. It is the DASH diet. If you take this diet, if you eat this diet, and of course there's other factors, but it is like almost guaranteed to help lower your blood pressure and lower the risk of heart disease, to the point that some people may even get off of blood pressure medicine. Now, I'm not telling anybody to take it. You always talk to your doctor and things of that sort. But I've heard people lower their blood pressure, get their blood pressure under control, and get off of medication by doing the DASH diet. And it's the dietary approach to stopping hypertension. Studies have found association between the DASH diet and better heart health, including lowering risk of heart failure and reducing blood pressure. The DASH diet is based on eating plenty of fruits and vegetables and choosing lean proteins, low-fat dairies, beans, nuts, and vegetable like oils from plants, while limiting sweets, foods that are high in saturated fats. And basically, guys, that's everything that we just said here, right? And that wasn't even the DASH diet. That I'm just saying that's everything that we basically said. So that DASH diet. Another diet, and then I'm going to give you guys a website if you want to take it down, which is proven and backed to be able to, help you in really not just heart disease, a lot of diseases. Like people have healed themselves. Food is medicine through these diets. Is the Mediterranean style diet, right? It is a plant-based diet influenced by countries bordering the Mediterranean Sea, not the United States. Remember, I tried to tell y'all, we over here, what are we eating over here? It is a popular diet that is touted for its health benefits, including lower risk of heart disease. The Mediterranean style diet emphasizes on vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, and includes low-fat or fat-free dairy products, fish, poultry, certain vegetable oils, and nuts. The diet limits added sugar, sugary beverages, sodium, high-processed food, refined carbs, saturated fats, and fatty or processed meats. Again, that's everything that we just named, right? But I always say this, that disclaimer. Before starting any of these diets, especially a plant-based diet, please make sure that you contact your doctor, because you can miss out on some important nutrients and minerals needed by not eating meat. So you want to make sure that you are supplementing that right and you are doing the right thing. If you guys take down this website, myplate.gov. If you're near a computer now, you can go to it, myplate.gov. Myplate.gov is like the website of all websites, y'all. They give you exactly what your plate portion should look like, how much should be vegetables, how much should be meat. They're going to educate you from the infant down to the elder. They're going to tell you what type of exercise you should be doing, what types of meals you should be eating. They're going to give you recipes. They're going to give you all this great stuff. So many health articles. It's myplate.gov. It has the DASH diet in depth there. I'm going to put it up while we're talking. Myplate.gov has the Mediterranean diet there. This thing is not... It's not like opinion website or social website. This is the real deal. I'm not able I told you guys from my certification standpoint, really talk on opinions unless I tell you that, or just really give you some type of opinionated website. I got to give you the facts. So it talks about the dietary guidelines for America for 2025, give you lifestyle changes, give you resources. It's a great website. So when you get a chance, myplate.gov has kind of basically almost everything that we done discussed, and that can help you out. Myplate.gov. All right. So that is it from the nutrition standpoint. That was a mouthful, right? So we talked about the physical activity. If somebody can remember, how many minutes of mild to moderate exercise are we supposed to get a week, the minimum? If you know it, drop it there. I might send you something too. If you know, how many minutes of vigorous exercise are we supposed to get a week? All right. Okay, the heart rate. Remember the heart rate, the talk test, knowing your heart rate, the talk test, and the activities to kind of know what you're meaning. Remember the physical. If you're just coming on, go back and listen to it. And then also we talked about the foods, the diet, the nutrition. So I told you guys we were going to talk about the 3 ways to kind of minimize the heart disease, physical aspect, nutritional aspect. So let's talk a little bit about stress. And I won't go deep into that. I'm doing good. I want to try to get done by 8 o'clock, but I did want to tell you guys that stress. Oh, 150. Go ahead, Tanisha. Yes, you got it. 150. All right. So stress can also lead to heart disease. And I know you guys are wondering, well, how can stress lead to heart disease? Let me tell you what stress can do. Now, yes, we all need healthy stress. We all need some type of healthy stress in our lives, but I'm talking about that chronic stress. Now, I told you I'm going to get into the mind. I'm going to even get into the spirit, holding things that we have nothing, have no power to do anything about, worrying things, dwelling on things, taking on too much, trying to do too much, that chronic stress. It can lead to heart disease. That stress, it increases the plaque rate and accumulation in your arteries. Now, that's not even from eating. That's not even from not working out. That's what stress can do. Stress can cause plaque buildup in your arteries and accumulate in your arteries, right? Stress can make your platelets sticky and prone to forming blood clots that can block arteries. Now, I'm not talking about eating a piece of fried chicken that's going to clog your arteries. I'm talking about stress. It can make it sticky, forming blood clots. Blood clots can travel. Blood clots can block arteries, which causes heart attacks, which causes high blood pressure. We talk about this root cause, right? We talk about this root cause. We talk about the inflammation. Stress is the root cause. Stress can trigger a lot of things. Stress can cause your arteries to constrict, starving the heart of nourishing blood and triggering chest pains and even a heart attack. So remember we talked about how eating those leafy foods has those nitrates that causes your blood vessels to relax, that causes the blood to flow. And once it's flowing, it's getting oxygen to the brain and getting the proper nutrients to the organs. But think about stress. Stress fighting against that and causing the arteries to constrict. There's a war going on. There's a war going on physically, but guess what, y'all? It's a war going on spiritually. We wrestle not. Come on. So that's stress. Stress can disrupt the heart's functioning by increasing the blood pressure, raising inflammation. So here we go again. This stress is causing this inflammation, which the inflammation causes the blood pressure. So what doctors want to do, and I'm not knocking doctors because we need doctors, right? They want a Band-Aid. They want to put a Band-Aid on. They want to treat the symptom. Let's treat the high blood pressure. All right. Guess what? But how about we find out what's causing the high blood pressure? It's the inflammation. Well, how about we find out what's causing the inflammation? It's the stress. It all goes down to the stress. Well, Crystal, what's causing the stress? Because I'm sitting here worrying about this and that and this and that. I'm just giving y'all an example. Sometimes you got to sit down and I'm working on something, getting to know you. You got to really get to know you. You got to really dig deep to figure out what is the cause. Our physical well-being is tied to our mental well-being. I'm not trying to go deep, but I'm real. Our physical well-being is tied to our mental well-being. And I'm going to go deep because I'm a woman of faith, and I know some of you are. It's tied to our spiritual well-being. It's all connected, people. It's all connected. I know we done talked about the physical. We done talked about the working out. We done talked about the nutrients, but I'm telling you, it's all connected. You got to take the Band-Aid off of it and deal with the root cause, because you rip that Band-Aid off, the wound is going to still be there, right? So the inflammation, again, it causes irregular heart rates. It causes irregular heart rhythm. It decreases the blood flow to the heart. And this is all by stress. And it causes heart attacks. It causes heart disease, leading to high blood pressures, which can pose risks for heart attacks, strokes, and contributing to cardiovascular disease. All right. Also, we talked about the smoking, overeating, lack of exercise, all these things, lack of nutrients, but it's that stress. So how do we manage stress? All right. These are the things that was given to manage the stress, right? So we're getting down to the root cause. All right. We're getting down to the root. They all go hand in hand. And I want y'all, I say all the time, I always say progress, not perfection. Don't beat yourself up. Just, little bit at a time, get to know you. I told you I'm working on something, getting to know you. You got to know you. You got to be real with yourself. You got to come naked and not ashamed. You know you. You know you. God knows you. You know you. And sometimes and I'm coming from a woman of faith perspective now, I'm taking off the fitness trainer hat. Sometimes you got to pray and say, show me, show me the root cause so I can work on it. It all goes hand in hand. So ways to manage stress. Yes. Exercise regularly. Exercise regularly. Exercise regularly triggers something in your brains to release those endorphins and those happy hormones, and you're feeling great. You ever notice sometimes after you work out, you just feel wonderful. That's why some people like to work out in the morning. It's all about your schedule, though. If you're not a morning person, that don't work out for you. That don't mean a thing. Or if you ever notice if you work out at night, now you wide awoke. They say it's not good to work out late at night. Because of my schedule and things that I have going on, sometimes I have to work out late at night. To be honest, when we get off here, you guys, and put my daughter to bed, I'm going to go downstairs and work out because that's where I can get it in. But exercise regularly, it does. It makes you alert. It makes you happy. It releases stress. You feel good. Relax your muscles. Sometimes we get to tensing up. We tense up because we clench up. We're carrying so much. We're tensing up. It says relaxing your muscles. But again, I'm going deep. That root cause, that mental, that spiritual, that emotion, you're holding it. You're carrying all that weight. You're carrying all that shoulder. You're carrying all that frustration. I believe I saw Sister Lakita burn out. You're burning out. You're doing too much. You're trying to carry it all on your shoulders, and it's not meant for us to carry. And it causes you to tense up. And when you constantly tense up, clench your muscles and do all that, that leads to widespread pain. I know this is heart disease, but it leads to that fibromyalgia. That means all the chronic pain syndrome because you're tightening up so much. It causes muscle knots and all that, but that's a whole nother issue. Practice deep breathing. I'm going to tell you, my oldest sister, before I even knew about it, she told me to do that one time. If you just stop and breathe in, get quiet, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and do that for a while. Shut out the noise, close out, get by yourself, and practice deep breathing. It will bring a sense of calmness to you. If you're feeling a little anxious, if you're feeling a little worked up, if you're feeling a little stressed, practice deep breathing. It works. It works. Eat well. We already talked about that. Eating those nutritional foods, eating those foods that we talked about with that list, the antioxidants and all that stuff that helps combat those free radicals, that helps combat that inflammation and all that. Eat well. All right. Slow down. Slow down. I'm going to tell y'all something. Some things people don't want to say. Yep. Deep breathing helps with blood pressure as well. That is correct. Some people don't want to say, but, I come to you guys from a place of passion and transparency. I have to be real. I have to slow down, and I have slowed down. It's some things that I deal with, and I see doctors and things for and stuff like that. And I noticed that I have to see some specialists, one in particular, but two of them. And there were no affiliation to each other. Kept telling me if I had to give you a medication, because my doctors are medical doctors, but they're also natural doctors as well, holistic doctors. I deal with a lot of holistic doctors. He kept saying, if I have to give you a medication, if I had to write you a prescription today, he said, I would tell you to slow down. And I'm still talking to him. And he would look at me in my eye. Relax, say no. And it was just like he kept until finally he engaged me, and then he was like, listen to me. He was just like, slow down, say no, take breaks. And he was just like, you have to understand that, the root cause, this is what you need to do. I'm telling you. And so I called it. So that's what I'm saying. Slow down. And that leads to take breaks. Rome was not built in a day. It's okay to take breaks. The good Lord knows when we going to leave here. Other than that, we going to be here until he say so. And ain't going nowhere. Take breaks. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't try to do it all at once. I am one of those people, or used to be one of those people where I'm just doing. Take breaks. It's not going to hurt you to take a break, because when you overwork yourself and do more than what your body can handle, added stress, Stress causes inflammation. Remember, we talk about these patterns, the root causes. Again, say no. We can't say yes to everybody, guys. We can't be here, there, and everywhere at the same time. God is the only one that's omnipresent. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say I can't, especially if you can't. If you feel it, sometimes, yes, we make sacrifices and it's okay to do that. But if you can't or you need a break, it is okay to say no. Now, on a positive note, engage in hobbies. Engage in the hobbies, activating your creativity. That also releases those happy hormones. That also gives you a sense of fulfillment. It refreshes you and engages you. I love one thing. You guys know I make wreaths, and I make wreaths, but I'm telling you, like I remember, and it all makes sense. Sometimes when I be feeling a little wacky, I go in and just start making wreaths, and I'm getting it, and I'm making them, but it gives me a sense of relaxation, and I love doing what I do. So find a hobby. You may want to read a book. You may want to draw. You may want to crochet, knit, whatever it is. Find a hobby. Another thing, talk to a therapist. Now we going now. All this is leading to heart disease. We are still in Heart Disease Awareness Month. Remember, you holding all this stress, you holding all this stuff in. You don't try this, you don't try this. It is okay. It's so cliche. People say if you need to go see a therapist, you need to go see a therapist, right? I'm just being serious. You don't know. For people that are holding stuff in, so much hurt, so much anger, so much unforgiveness, so much bitterness. I've seen medical doctors, patients that have had cancer or going through in their bodies, ask them, is there anybody that you haven't forgiven? They've asked them that, because that is linked to sickness. This scientifically, I'm telling you, I come with statistics, I come with scientific. It is linked to it. So if you're holding something in and you don't know how to get it out and you don't know how to channel it out, you don't pray, you done did all you can do, talk to a therapist. Listen to music. Music really is therapeutic. This is going to sound a little corny, but like I sometimes listen to Beethoven and Mozart, but it is proven that this music, not so much that I love it. Now I play. I actually know how to play an instrument. I used to play when I was in school, but that type of music really does something and stimulate chemicals in your brain to relax you. Listen to some music, listen to some soft music. You ever go get a massage and they play that therapeutic music in the background? That's just not because they want to play some music. That's really relaxing you. So listen to some relaxing, some soothing music, some worship music, some Beethoven, some Mozart or whatever like that. But I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on that Beethoven and Mozart though, y'all. But yeah, listen to music, laugh, smile, love somebody, hug somebody. Really laughing really releases something as well and relaxes you. Hugging somebody, just being loving and receiving love, that helps you as well. Get a massage. We got a massage therapist on the line now. Get a massage. It helps you guys. I get massages often, probably a lot. Then I get about 3 or 4 massages a month, but it's helpful. Massages is not just cosmetic. You're actually you're breaking up toxins. These toxins, these things that have been built up, and it's releasing, these toxins, breaking up these toxins, breaking up these bad things, lymphatic drainage, they're rubbing at all those things that you're holding in. It relaxes those tense muscles and things of that sort. And you're really getting rid of those toxins with those massages. Also use aromatherapy. Some people do essential oils and all that. That's something that's here. Use aromatherapy. Drink tea. You got green tea. I got my tea right here, my green tea. Green tea helps fight inflammation, builds your immune system. I got so many teas. It really relaxes you as well. So those are some of the things there. I hope I said something to help you guys. I know that was a lot, but I felt led by God to really empower you guys with heart disease awareness. I know they'll just say, eat right, work out, take it easy. But you got to dig deep. So you got to dig deep sometimes. You got to go beyond the surface. Eat right how? Work out how? What do you mean by work out? What does that mean? I'm one of the people. I was like that as a child. I asked 11 questions. My daughter's like that. I want to know. And sometimes you've got to know to get that full understanding. Again, I told you guys, we perish because of lack of knowledge. And if you just come on, I'm telling you, go back And listen again, if some of these things helped you guys, I want you to heart it. I want you to heart it. I want you to heart it, share it and heart and give this information to someone so you will know. They'll say, eat your fruits and vegetables. All right, but why? Seriously, why? They have lots of nutrients, but what type of nutrients? And I know that sounds deep. Listen, guys, we really want to know these things because you really want to fully understand. I know somebody asked about supplements. I didn't have that up here, but again, this is from opinion standpoint. I have to be very careful. Always consult your doctor. But I was telling you guys, I take a lot of supplements. It's probably unhealthy. Well, not unhealthy. It's healthy, but like you guys will be like, what? Because again, remember I was naming off all these things that you should eat. And it's always best that you get your nutrients through vegetables. That's the best thing. But guess what? Let's be realistic. Do we eat it? We should, but do we get it all the time? Do we get it all the time? So if not, then you need to supplement it. No, seriously. Now for the most part, those that know me, I do eat pretty healthy. Every now and then, I'll eat some chips and stuff like that. I do eat pretty healthy. I've always kind of been like that, but I may not have gotten enough food in that day. I may not have gotten, so I have I take I'm just trying to name them off for you guys if you want to write them down. I take multivitamins, right? I take vitamin C for my immune system because I deal with some things in my immune system. I take B12 shots. I take B6 supplements. I take CoQ10 for heart health and cellular, some things with my cellular. I take L-glutamine. I take something called, I can't even pronounce it, glutathione or something. And I'll put them in a list here. Go back and put them in a list if y'all want to go back. That helps modulate your immune system. I take something called BPC 157. I take boswellia. I take turmeric. I take that other one, cucumeric or something like that sort. And y'all there's still so many more. I can't even remember. I take vitamin D. I take vitamin K. I take green tea. And again, I take all probiotics, prebiotics to make sure my stomach is healed. Remember, I tell y'all guys, you want to make sure that the stomach, the lining of you want to heal your gut, because I'm telling you, the gut is the root cause of some of these things. So there's so many. I'm still missing. It's probably about 13 to 14 a day that I take, and I break them up of supplements. But I do that because again, we should always get them through our nutrients, through our food. But if we don't, what can I take for energy? B complex, B12, if you can, get a shot, but not just B12, all of the Bs. So there's a B complex. Well, I'll take B complex and B12, but that will help you with your energy. Green tea will help you. They do have green tea supplements that help you as well. Boswellia is very good as well. And not only though about the energy, also finding out what is it that's zapping the energy. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, we want to take some for energy. We do. And that's good. But then kind of find out what it is that's taking the energy and deal with that. Could it be inflammation? And I say inflammation because I'm telling y'all, inflammation is a killer, and it's a lot of stuff we eat. Could it be lack of sleep? Could it be take both? Yes, ma'am. I'll take both. So really, as I said, I'm working on something called getting to know me. You got to really get to know you and find out what is it that's causing this. Could it be you don't have energy because you're stressed about something, or you're doing it, it could be so many things. But for now, Sharon, yeah, B12, B6, boswellia, green. Hey, and if anybody else in there is taking something for energy, go ahead. I know I had posted something. I started drinking that Rise mushroom coffee. I see, yeah. Yeah. So with things like that, you want to consult your doctor always. Make sure that that's, you're doing something that is compatible to your condition and things of that sort. Or could it be kind of even with, the blood sugar thing too? So you want to make sure that that's regulated, as well. And I was telling you guys that I do the Rise mushroom coffee, and somebody had asked me my feedback on that. And to be honest, I told them I can't really tell you because I take so much stuff. I don't know what it is, but I will tell you I'm doing good. I feel great. Again, I do deal with some things. Some of you guys know I'm at a good place now, but I will say sometimes we can get relaxed. Sometimes we can get relaxed. We feeling great. We feeling good. The weight, we done lost the weight. We done, we feeling got whatever chronic issues or things we dealing with under control, and you back up a little bit, and you got to make sure that you don't back up, that you don't slack up. You got to stay with it. You got to stay consistent. And just make sure that you stick with it. So we talked a little bit about the physical health, the nutrients, and now just reducing that stress. So now I want to ask you guys again, as like I said, share this video. You share it. I'm going to enter your name into a free gift. I'll send it to you. Shakely, yes. Young lady on the line, sweet friend of mine. She sells Shakely products, and I have heard of Shakely. I have, and I keep telling her I'm going to get with that because I want to even switch my cleaning products. That's a whole other thing, y'all, because I'm telling y'all, it's stuff and everything. I told you I goes deep. So, but they sell different health products, different supplements. I heard they were very well, but you can get with her. Her name's Tanisha. If you see her, contact her. She sells it and takes things. You can get something for energy as well. Because when you do these supplements, you want to make sure that it's the right formula. You want to make sure that they're quality tested. Like, I'm just not going to buy just any supplement. And I'm a very frugal person, but some things I will not just take. If it's going to be a little extra, I'd rather just take a little extra because I want to make sure that what I'm taking is accurate. Again, they can say anything now. They can say anything. They can tell you, they give you anything, but you want to make sure that it is a good source. You can reach out to me. I know a couple of people have reached out to me and asked me, and I've given it to them, or maybe some that I've asked my doctor, because I told you my doctor is a natural doctor. If you are in the Raleigh area, Durham area, because he's in Bride Creek, Dr. Wendell John. I'm telling y'all, that man has changed my life. Check him out. But so just, ask yourself, like, what are you doing this for? What are you doing this for? Ask yourself, like, be real with yourself. How important are you to you? This is your life. We get one life here on earth. We get one body, right? How important are you to you? How important are you that you're willing to invest in yourself? And I'm not talking about investing yourself by joining Fit for the Kingdom. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about investing time, that 75 minutes, that 150 minutes, investing time to work out, to get up and move, investing time to, to relax, to meditate. Meditate's another thing for stress. Investing, as far as spending some extra money on supplements. Would you rather spend that copay? Would you rather spend that hospital bill? Would you rather spend that medication? Or would you rather spend it on some supplements that's natural? I'm just being real. Because if you're not careful, not speaking out of anybody, but if you're not careful and if you're not taking care of yourself, you're going to end up having to spend something, when it could have been prohibited. Now I'm not saying not to take medicine, because for the longest time, y'all, the longest time, I refused. And I had to break down. I had to be realistic. You got to use wisdom now. Now, I'm not just going to take anything you give me, I had to use wisdom, but I do take a lot of supplements because I'm going to be real with myself, and I'm going to be real with you all. If I did not take care of myself the way I do, and I'm trying to go even harder, it could be a whole lot worse. And I know it's some of you out there that are dealing with, like the young lady said, diabetes or high blood pressure or heart disease or autoimmune disease or whatever it is that you're dealing with. If we did not take care of ourselves the way we did, it could be a whole lot worse. So I'm telling you, invest in yourself. Do you have children you want to stick around for? Do you have grandchildren you want to stick around for? Do you want to have children that you want to be able to physically go out and enjoy? I'm going to be 45 years old. 45, and I have a 6-year-old daughter, very energetic. I want to be able to go run around and play. I want to be able to go and do these things, but we have to take care of ourselves. So that is why I just want to share this information with you guys, to empower you guys and, just let you know the things that you can do to apply it. I hope I said something to be a blessing to you guys. Again, now, I do offer personal training services. I do have a virtual online clients that I work with. Hit me up if you're interested. go to my page, Facebook, Fit for the Kingdom LLC. Please follow it, like it. I put stuff there all the time. Go to my website, Fit4thekingdom LLC.com. Subscribe to my blog. I update things there as well. And then also go to my YouTube. Now, right now, there's nothing up there, but it will be. It's Fit for the Kingdom LLC. I'm going to continue to give videos free. All this information I gave you guys was free. I'm not asking for nothing because I feel like that this is what I was called to do. And I know the reward is going to come. I know the reward is going to come. So I'm obeying, right? So go there and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading my gospel cardio videos free. You know, yeah, you guys know I used to say, hey, you know, subscribe. I mean, it's all right. It's going to come because I just ask you to go subscribe. Go subscribe it. I'm going to upload some videos. I'm going to upload these videos and things of that sort. You know, just tips and everything throughout the days to come. So just go up there and again, share this video, share this with a loved one. And go back and listen to it. And I pray that there was something that I said that was a blessing to help you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'll be happy to assist you. But love you guys. If you do want my one-on-one personal training services, then you do have to sign up. And I can tell you about that. You know, I do have some clients, a couple of them on here now. I'm not going to throw them out there, but one of them lost 5 pounds her first week. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. But great things are to come. Again, February is Heart Disease Awareness Month. Next month is March. Next month is Autoimmune Awareness Month. There are so many people that deal with it. There are over 100 autoimmune diseases, and it's people that go through that you do not even know about, and you're looking at one of them. And I'm going to educate you guys on that. So again, God bless you. Please share this video. I'm going to do the drawing here in a second. When I get my daughter settled, I'll go back and look and see who shared it, and I'm going to do a drawing. I may do a second drawing. I don't know. And I'll contact you if you win, and I will get your address and I will have it mailed out to you. And again, God bless you all, and you have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in. Love you guys. Love you guys. All right. Heart. Let's get to moving. Let's get fit for the kingdom. God bless you.